Hiya, I'm Jasper, and welcome to your video review for Plane. It's a movie starring Gerard Butler and the dude who played Luke Cage. So, as always, I'm going to give you good, the bad, and the furry. To start off the furry, there isn't any. Moving on. So, this is a movie where Gerard Butler plays an airline pilot, and something goes wrong as they are flying in the Philippines area, and adventure ensues. I don't really want to say any more than that because I think that there is so much of this movie that is just, it's very, very tense. Like, you're like, ooh, is that going to happen? Oh, are they going to, is this going to, ooh. And like, they do such a good job of building that, like, that gripping your seat tension that I don't want to ruin any part of this movie for what happens in it. Just understand that. So, did you like 13 Hours and don't necessarily care if it was based on a true story? Did you like Rambo, the movie Rambo? Did you like White House Down? Did you like, the whatever the other version of that one is? London Has Fallen, White House Has Fallen. All of those. Did you like that type of movie? Did you like the adventure movie and just Gerard Butler kicking butt? Well, then you will like this movie. I thought this movie was so well done. I thought that pretty much all the CGI was on point. I think that there might have been like a couple, like, split second error shots that I was just like, but it wasn't enough to distract from all the rest of the goodness going on. The music, not terribly memorable, but it wasn't at all offensive. It's not Avatar, you're not going to watch this movie for the music, but it was good, and the acting was absolutely on point. They did have I'm assuming there was some type of Chinese funding involved with this because the other hero guy was from Hong Kong and the stewardesses and whatnot were from that area. But you know what? I thought that they didn't delve too much into it. Like, it wasn't out of the way because of where this flight was taking off. I thought that it also made sense for the story. Let me know if you noticed the Dell product placement. That had to have been product placement, not just like, oh, atmosphere or whatever. So let me know if you spotted it. Again, I thought that it wasn't like that wasn't defensive either. I thought that they did a good job of just integrating the things as needed. I thought that all the rest of the supporting characters were very good, such that we got into them, and I thought that just the acting was good, and the pacing was absolutely spot on. Like, you had your breather moments, and then you had the tense moments, and I thought that one of the challenging things for this movie is that with all of the available technology today, making this type of movie believable. Because of just all the technology that we have, like how do you make it so that this type of adventure can happen in today's world? And I thought that they did an absolutely excellent job of making me believe that, like, this could happen here and that this would not be the thing that would solve that problem because of this. So they had a good job of, like, realizing that the audience is smart enough to be like, hey, but wait, what about that? And then it's like, oh no, this is why that isn't going to work. And so I thought they did a really good job of that. So it made it so that the world was much more believable and much more enjoyable because you're like, no, yeah, I could buy this is happening. And I could buy the characters doing this, and I could buy the technology preventing this or enabling this. And I did like that we did get to see some of the other aspects. Like, it was sort of, how San Andreas just focused on the family, whereas I think it was Day After Tomorrow, they had like the little family, and then also the government, what the government's trying to do to save the world. So they had a little bit of that going on to show, and I thought that they had a good balance between the two, and the characters that they chose for the corporate realm I liked, and I thought that they did a good job of being accurate to what a corporation would do without being just like trying to make the corporation out to be like, oh, the best corporation ever, or, the villain, so to speak. So I thought that they did that really well. The action was good. I liked, I don't want to get too much into the action because I don't want to, give things away, but I thought that the action was, I think, very accurate, and I felt like whoever planned this had seen, or maybe not has seen, but maybe has advised on some of the better action movies out there for that aspect. And yeah, so absolutely a fun time. I don't necessarily think that this is going to be, the most memorable of all movies forever, but this is definitely a movie that I would watch again when I want to see some type of fun action flick that just makes you grip on the edge of your seat. Now, that being said, now that I've seen it and I know how things are going to go, I don't know, maybe I won't enjoy it as much because I won't have as much tense, like, ooh, is that gonna, because I know what will or won't happen to the things and the people and the whatnot. But this first time around, watching it in theaters, I definitely had a very enjoyable time. So 2 thumbs way up. I hope you see it in theaters because I feel like with the action that they have, you should see it in theaters. But at the same time, it's not necessarily, the latest Marvel spectacle thing. But I think that it's one of those movies where I think that you will enjoy it more if you're not being distracted by your phone and you are just watching the movie, because then you get into it more. So that's what I have for this one. Hopefully you go and see it. Hopefully it doesn't go out of theaters super quick. It's definitely better than, Moonfall or whatever that other one was. So definitely a fun time. I like Gerard Butler, so I'm a little bit biased there. But hopefully you go and see it. If you have seen it or you're planning on seeing it, let me know in the comments down below. That's all I have for this one. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you at the next one. Bye.